Oh no, he didn't. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells, smash the like. Oh, how's everyone doing? Yeah, I was playing around yesterday on my day off, playing around with some themes, trying to get in the Christmas spirit. How is everyone doing today? Tom, aka Nostratomas, aka I am the bombist, aka Diamond Nuts, here to say what's up. Like I said, just playing around. Obviously, that's not going to be. I do want to find a theme, some stuff to pizzazz up the. Hey, Retro, how you doing? Some stuff to, I want to do one of, and I don't. It's not like I want to be big boy, but I do, and it's not like he invented that, but I do kind of want to do the thing down the side. I kind of want to get one of those. I'm not quite sure how to do that. The general format, I think going forward is mostly going to be, say hellos, how's everyone doing, check out the stock market, talk about crypto in general, and then focus on, I think I could see the channel in the future mostly being obviously heavily Harmony ONE. I don't think anyone's going to cry over that. A lot of Harmony ONE, but you do got to know that Cardano, dude, Cardano's coming, man. There's going to be a lot of Cardano coming when that shit goes live. So hopefully some of you guys pull your head out of your butts and realize there's going to be a lot of opportunity in Cardano. A freak ton, a metric freak ton of opportunity in Cardano. And I got me a bag. I got me a bag to take on over to Cardano and put that shit to work. So I can't wait. Speaking of which, actually, let me get a couple things ready. Oh, I do have this other scene. It's not working. I wanted to see. No, that's not the one. This one. I want to see. Yeah, I don't know how to make that stream chat work, and then that other window's messed up. Anyway, let's just go to what you're kind of normally used to for now. Merry Christmas. I'm just trying to get you in the spirit. We haven't even had Thanksgiving yet. All right, I don't know if I need to restart this. This might time out on me, so give me 1 sec. I am just gonna sign out, sign back in, so we don't have to deal with that. We're definitely gonna talk about some DeFi Kingdoms. I definitely want to talk about some. I definitely want to talk about some. We all gonna make it. So dude. I was reading through the documents. I gotta tell you. The documents, I think, are a little bit incomplete. It doesn't go into as much detail as I would like. I am starting to understand it more, so we'll definitely talk about that. And I would love to hear any of y'alls. I can say you all, Meet Kevin. He does these weird things where he'll be like, y'all. Dude, I grew up in the Midwest, right? So I grew up in Kansas, and I don't say you all, but if anyone has the right to say it, it's me. And then he also does this weird thing where sometimes he goes into this British accent. Madonna used to do that, right? You remember that? Anyone remember when Madonna? She actually moved to England, though, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, dude. Thank you. I mean, dude. All it really takes is like you pay for Streamlabs. I don't know. I got the yearly subscription. It used to just be OBS, and you can do it with OBS, but it's a lot easier with Streamlabs. It's just kind of cloud based. You just click a few buttons, and Bob's your uncle. It installs it for you. Like I said, I want to find something though that for me. So I'll probably have to go out to Fiverr, figure some something out, or we'll do it over time. I'm not trying to be crazy in the beginning. So let me get logged into Tastyworks. I did put I'm pretty excited. The title of the stream should have been, "This is Bitcoin's biggest weekend in the history of Bitcoin." Yeah, clickbait, but it's kind of true, dude. It's kind of true. Did I not sign out? Do I need to? Trezor in the house. How you doing, brother? The Van Eck ETF, man. Everyone's saying there's no chance it gets approved. I'm getting my hopes up, dude. I think there's a pretty good chance. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of feeling it. it is my understanding that if the SEC doesn't say anything, boom, it's approved. So what I'm curious about is they have till November 14th. November 14th is a Sunday. Is this red tape? Is that red tape? Do they really have to the 15th? Or if they don't announce anything today, is it basically, and is that why the markets, I mean, do the big brains, do the big money, do the whales know this? They're trying to push it down so they can accumulate the hell out of it before it gets approved. I mean, a lot of these things kind of make sense. I'm not, this is by no, dude, I'm just guessing, right? And hoping that thing gets approved. It's kind of ironic though, because, you know, there's a lot of things I kind of think about. You know, we talk about all this decentralization. Well, a Bitcoin ETF is centralization. I don't know if you know that or not, but I mean, these Bitcoin ETFs, they control a lot of the Bitcoin once they're in, you know, once it is what it is. And there's other things that go on. I think there's huge trade-offs with this whole centralization, decentralization. I'm not even sure how easily. I think Cardano probably has the best bet of holding on to its decentralization, possibly. But I mean, the big money, the smart money knows this, and so it's a race against big money whales and smart money, and whether or not it stays decentralized or not. Because as they figure this out, they can play these games like they're doing with Bitcoin. Play the games, and it can become much more centralized versus decentralized. And then there's also the whole thing. I don't know, I was watching that Big Boy video about how the internet's rotting away. It came up, you know, like you're watching, you know how it is when you're watching YouTube, and then it'll just go on to the next video. So it pulled up the one where he was talking about how the internet's rotting away, and, you know, so I agree with quite a bit of what was said in that video. But at the end of the day, you know, hiding your identity and all this, dude, when you think about like what Miami's doing with the Miami coin, I mean, if you really think about it, you are basically getting a coin that's on an open ledger. And are they using special apps, right? This is the government kind of figuring it out. They're going to know, like, these apps are going to, all I'm saying is, if you're one of these tinfoil hat people that want to stay under, you know, under the radar, out of sight, you got to be careful how you do this. Because as you use like these, if you're in these cities, like all these people are like, oh, I get some free Bitcoin. Dude, next thing you know, you're on this app. They know your location, where you're spending your money, how you're spending your money, making sure that, like, tax efficiency, you're getting tax. I mean, this is going to proliferate all the way up to the government. So I could see, you know, the narratives now, like Bitcoin controlling your banking and etc. It's going to be a long, drawn-out battle, and we'll probably long be dead before it all ever gets to whatever it gets between big money and government centralizing us versus us with the hope that we can be decentralized. And at the end of the day, we might be jamming ourselves up with the fact that we've just basically been spearheading a movement that now the government can just track. It's basically like putting an RFID tracker on you, right? You're gonna have your phone with you. You're gonna have your little cryptocurrency apps. Everything you do could be seen. So I mean, the battle, you know, privacy coins and all that. All I'm saying is it's just one of those things I think about. So it's interesting to see how all that's going to play out. All right, let's see what's going on really quick in the stock market. According to Meek, his title were just stocks on the move. I just naturally assumed they were going up, but it looks like it's basically flat. Not a whole lot going on. Like I said, I did sell my Tesla covered call. I probably could have stayed in that and been okay, but I didn't feel like worrying about it. I didn't want my shares to get called away right now, so I just basically got out of that flat. I have a Coinbase put spread that's doing pretty, it's down, but I think we'll be all right. Brand Capital in the house. How you doing? All right. Let's take a quick look at what's going on in cryptocurrency in general. It's down. It was down, right? Is this because the Bitcoin ETF, is it going to get announced, or are the whales it's down below 64,000. What is going on with the price of Bitcoin in Denmark? What's Ethereum doing? Ethereum 4,600. I mean, it feels like the end of days. Does it feel like the end of days? I mean, how could you think it's the end of days when Ethereum's at 4,600? It wasn't. What was that? About a week ago, November 4th, 8 days ago. This was the new all-time high, and now it feels like the sky is falling. I guess I don't know. Like I said, I'm pretty bored in crypto right now. I'm not sure what catalysts are out. There's only two catalysts that are going to make Bitcoin go to these numbers that Plan B's talking about, and that's going to be that Van Eck. And I'm feeling our spirits are either going to be crushed in the next 4 days, or we're going to be going like this. I don't know, right? The expectation is the Bitcoin ETF gets approved and Bitcoin's going to $1 million overnight. Who the hell knows, dude? It could do the exact opposite. RMRK crushing it. I called it here at like $8 to $10. I don't remember that, Retro. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I kind of remember it. I don't remember what the hell remark was, though. I really don't. Was that Harmony ONE? Is that Harmony ONE, bro? I don't remember. What's remark? Your remark? Ooh. Yeah, Polkadot. What's going on with the price of Polkadot in Denmark? It's getting. I don't understand what's going on with Polkadot, to be quite honest. It's getting a little shellacking. This might be, like, if you were buying, this might be one of the ones you want to pick up. I will say, if you haven't invested in crypto yet, and I think about this stuff long and hard. I don't know why. It doesn't change what I need to do, but I want to, and I'm not giving financial advice, but I do want to help new people that are getting into it. If I'm being quite honest with you, if you're not in crypto now, it's too late. It's too late unless you're good at picking tops and selling, right? If that's and you can handle the volatility if it's wrong, like right out of the gate. I don't think it's going down right out of the gate, but you got to either be in it for the long haul. Excuse me. You got to be in it for the long haul, and most people can't do that either. Most people can't ape in right now, like a big portion of their life savings or whatever, and it go ugly, and it can most definitely go ugly and wait the 3 or 4 years. Most people can't do that. You're gonna get shaken out. You think you can do it. I think I can do it, and I could be wrong, dude. I may lose my testicular fortitude if it crashes. Too late, bro. Too late. I'm saying for most people, you're too late. What I am saying, if you're not in crypto now, your best bet, and I could be wrong, in my opinion, your best bet is to wait. Just keep accumulating the fiat and wait for the crash. That's probably where the pot odds are, because I think we're going up. I definitely think we're going up. But do you have the ability to sell now, right? FOMO and Euphoria are going to kick in. I mean, we're already kind of getting to euphoric stages. Not price levels, but it can happen so fast. And when it happens, are you going to be able to sell and take profits? If you think you can do that, and if you think you can time the market right, and if you, like me, if you really believe that you can hold out if you're wrong, then it's, I guess, to catch up with all the knowledge needed to pull your trades off. Yeah, I mean, that's a very, very poignant statement. I didn't even really consider that. There's a lot to learn with crypto, man. So if you're new to the game, first of all, just getting used to that volatility takes a while. It takes a while. There's a lot to learn. Like me, dude, I may sound like I know a lot, and I know a lot compared to what I know last year, but there's still a lot to learn. And this time last year, what is it, November? I knew what Bitcoin was. I knew what Ethereum was, but I didn't understand blockchain. I didn't understand how the blockchain worked. I was just starting to learn what smart contracts were in Ethereum virtual machine. And then like people would throw around this word DeFi, and I'm like, what are you talking about, DeFi? Isn't it all decentralized finance? And then I really started and you start doing it. So it's a lot to learn. So if you're new, like you can get in right now and maybe shoot for, get into some safe stuff like Bitcoin and Ethereum and shoot for like a 2x on Ethereum and start taking profits. If you have a game plan like that, I think you'll do okay. But the real money now, but start learning like I did, and maybe like smaller amount. Say like you have $100,000, but that's a big, like that's your life savings. Yeah, maybe put in like 10 grand. Put in 10 grand, and then that way it won't be, it'll be way less than you can afford to lose, right? And that way you learn. And then if a bear market comes, and so here's the rub. The bear market comes, and that's when you want to be buying. Like it's gonna be scary, and it's gonna be hard to be able to like sell when I think the tops are coming, and then have a ton of dry powder if that bear market comes. And then you gotta have them diamond nuts to buy it when there's like just overflowing red wedding blood in the streets. And I was capable of doing that over the summer. I did pile in, probably 1 to 2 to 3 more stacks of high society, and basically the rest of my dry powder. So I do kind of hope that my perfect plan would be this extends past like January, just so that I can get into long-term capital gains before I start taking profits to maximize my gains. I'll take them earlier if I need to. Tech Dev was posting some interesting stuff. Him and Plan B kind of, actually, let's take a quick look, because it was a really interesting thing. I need to do my quick Validator and Discord plug. Let's get that into the chat. We'll just make it a quick few seconds. Yeah, what a difference, man. Like the light bulbs went off for me, guys. You have no idea. It went from like, it's just this highly speculative asset. I remember, dude. Let's have a little story time. I remember, like, I was at this tractor company out in the valley, because I'm in a big industrial or agriculture area within California. So one of our clients is a tractor place, and I was out there doing some like networking, wireless APs and switch work, and this was probably like 2018, right? We just had that big, and like I said, I knew what Bitcoin was, but it was too hard it was more work for me to get it, and I just kind of had like, maybe $10,000 or $15,000 in the stock market at the time, just trying to. Probably just I just recently blown out, I probably went from like 30,000 being stupid because I all in on a stock and got destroyed on our earnings, and I was just trying to, just another one of those learning moments, grinding my way back up. And I watched Tastyworks a lot back then, and a lot of those bros on there were buying Bitcoin, and they pulled it off. They bought it and they cashed out around that 19,000 mark. But the whole and this is a lot of big, like super brain people when it comes to futures, options, and like, the regular stock market. And the general consensus was that it's just basically, somewhat a little bit of the Ponzi, a bit highly speculative asset. And I don't know that anyone really knew what it was back then in the circles I was watching. And then like I said, I was at this tractor place, and this dude was talking to me. I forget his name. He had a little app on his phone, and this is when Bitcoin was probably pulled back down to around like 10,000. And I'm like, bro, you're out of your mind, because I thought I was doing pretty good with options. You know me, I thought I was the shit, king of the world and all this. And I'm like, dude, and he was talking about, I think Ripple was one of his coins. I'm like, what the are you talking about? And all these different coins. I'm like, dude, you're going to get your face melted. I'm like, Bitcoin's going to 3,000 before it goes back to 10,000. I think Bitcoin, and I was right. I got lucky. I was right. And, COVID and all that helped. But I'm pretty sure he probably stayed in it. And that dude's probably, living on a yacht somewhere. So kudos to that guy. Some farmer out in the Central Valley, already retired, and I'm over here playing catch up. I will say, like I said, I started buying Bitcoin. I started understanding, the whole decentralization really started making sense, and being able to take custody of your money. All these things started making sense. The blockchain started making sense. The security of it started making sense. And I was already in like light bulbs were going off. I'm like, yeah, dude, this is the future. But this was just like, I just dipped my toe into the shallow end of the pool. Once Ethereum, I started learning about Ethereum and smart contracts, like my head exploded. I'm like, yeah, man, the bridge is over. This is definitely the future. And those light bulb moments have just gotten bigger and bigger with NFTs and smart contracts and DeFi and all this. So my brother got into crypto, invested because of him. Nice. That's about the same. So I was in Bitcoin heavily. Like I'd probably put about, I don't know, 25 or 50,000 into Bitcoin, and I just started learning about Ethereum, and I started YOLOing into that, and then I started learning about Cardano, and I really started YOLOing into that like pretty heavily back then. What did I start with? I've told this story a few times. It was 2020. I was just a young lad. Feels like, oh, Krez. All right, let's take a quick look at Tech Dev. He posted a couple new things. This one's very interesting. So he's talking about, turns out the linear 5.618 based on a key interest cycle high-low pair has called the last two tops almost to the dollar. Almost to the dollars. And let's see. Still here. All right. So this is a very interesting chart. Yeah, I'll tell my story. All right. I'll make it quick. I've told it a few times. Anyway, Tech Dev says, oh no, it's fine, bros. It's fine. I love this big brain group we're building here together. I don't know what my plan is, but I'm gonna figure out some plans. Like maybe I'll make a big brain group, and I mean I don't want it to be exclusive, but I do want to keep like a big brain group going on in like Discord, and I don't know what's gonna happen with this channel. Possibly like some private streams and etc. Things like that. Because I'm not saying I'm ever gonna get huge or anything, but I much more enjoy just like these great discussions we have now versus like if you were to go watch a Word George or a Big Boy stream. It's just like, it's just insanity, coin pumping and things like that. So, oh wow, Trezor 100 in January, didn't he? Yep. All right, so Tech Dev says 5.618 is predicted the last two tops. That puts us at a 233k Bitcoin. I gotta tell you, man, the challenge is on. Who's gonna be right? Is Big Boy gonna be right? I mean, he hasn't been right yet. It was supposed to be over in September, October. Now his sources are telling him 100k. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like he says, there's no chance of it being an extended bull run. Like based on what? Like who? I'm sure he knows a few people. I'm sure he knows a few big people when it comes to Bitcoin, but do they know? Does he really know anyone that like if certain people knew, they'd be the first trillionaire. Holy shit, Bren. April 2020, around let's see, was just a small around so added in April around $110, $110,000, 110 ETH. Man, you just started trading stocks in April and you already know this much about how did you learn your options so much? I'm impressed with your option knowledge. For me, I'd done a lot of stock trading. Dude, my journey's been a long one. This was back in like there between, I don't know, around 2007. I was doing penny stocks. I thought I was the smartest person on the planet. Made a bunch of money in penny stocks and lost it all. Biotech stocks. Then I started YOLOing into my first call was like a long call on something. I made a bunch of money. It was king of the world again. I'm like, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Lost all my money doing it that way. And then I just kept getting bigger and bigger adrenaline junkie movements. And I started trading futures and started making money in that. And then I got this one future account where you basically needed no leverage to YOLO into these E-mini S&P futures. And I blew that account out. And then the one that really killed me was I bought a bunch of the stock because it's a network sand company that Hewlett Packard eventually bought out, but that was just one money manipulating it, and I YOLO'd all my money. Just the stupidity. Anyway, so it was about 2020. I'd lost most of my money, and then I grinded my way back up, learning how to trade options the right way, probably from like 15,000 to 30,000 with some long stock positions. So I don't know, I want to say, and it's all documented on the channel, although I think some of those videos are hidden, so I would have to go double check because it showed my account numbers. Anyway, it doesn't show the full account number, but it was enough to be like, oh shit, man. And I thought I had hidden it, but anyway, long story short, I had about $30,000, and then I was doing good with the options, making a little money here and there, and trying to grow the channel for the most part. Cash out refinance on my house, got about $55,000, right? I took advantage of lowering my interest rates and getting some cheddar that I needed to fix the house. And then, the sticky icky hit. That was around March of 2020. I got the cash out. Well, I got the cash out refinance probably a few months after that. But I'm just like, I was going to put the money in and I didn't because it was getting really ugly, right? End of days, people were scared. So I YOLO'd it. I put it all into the stock market. So at that point I had about $80,000. And then I was able to grow that into probably $200,000 to $250,000 just off Tesla, Neo, Xpong. I did a few small plays here and there. I long Workhorse, and then I sold it and told everyone to get out. It's one of my most hated videos. I was right. I did tell people to avoid ride. Again, right. A lot of those I was right on. We grew it up to that, and then I slowly started transitioning. Like, I still had a shitload of Tesla in my stock account, probably as much as around $200,000 worth towards, I don't know, around January. And I'm just like, nah, dude, this I'm going for it, man. And so I took all that out. I think I sold it before the end of the year because my taxes are mostly done on that. I actually made the very bold decision because I still didn't understand custody, and I had Bitcoin, probably about 50,000 of Bitcoin in Robinhood, and I wasn't full blown yet, right? So I sold my Tesla, and I was kind of waiting for Tastyworks to add crypto, and I didn't understand custody, and at this point I was pretty heavy just Bitcoin, not a maximalist, but I wasn't on the Ethereum train yet. So there was about 2 or 3 weeks that so I had the money, and I was willing at that point to buy 5 Bitcoin, but I couldn't do it yet on Tastyworks, and it all kind of worked out for me. But it was about 3 long sleepless weeks because I went long the Bitcoin futures, and that's 5-to-1 leverage. And I want to say Bitcoin was probably around 13,000 at that time, and then that went up a lot, and I pulled that money out, and then I put a lot into Bitcoin on Robinhood, and then later I took that out. And then I just started buying, at that point I started buying Ethereum and Cardano really heavily. And then I smattered it around a few other coins. So that's basically my journey right there. Let me catch up really quick. Let's see real quick. Long crypto winner for accumulation. I accumulated mostly FTM. Oh, is that Phantom? I don't know if that's a different acronym for this. Got wrecked. SI coin. Yeah, dude. Everyone's gonna get wrecked. Just hot on day job. All right, cool. All right, so this is Tech Dab. So I was heavy. Like I said, I started at that time. I started learning. This was probably January. In between December and January, I started learning about smart contracts. And again, I'm an engineer, so and I'm not a business major, so I do have a degree in business. I've had my own business before, and so I'm not an idiot. I've been trading for a long time, so I was able to put all these things together, and I'm just like, my mind keeps getting blown even to this day, especially like with some of this ohm stuff, right? These ohm protocols, reverse, and we all gonna make it. I want to look at today. All right, so let's get this train. Let's get this train going. I got a lot left I want to talk about. It's amazing, dude. I'll wake up. I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about, but there's just so much to talk about. Again, I could do this all day long. Real quick, we'll just show the portfolio. I did buy. I did have a lot more at the time. I can easily cut this down some. I don't want Slack to load. What is going on here? My stupid window cut over. All right, there we go. So here's my portfolio. Oh man, I was at like 840,000 before this last, but this is where it's at right now. And this doesn't really include the DeFi, the stuff I got in DeFi. We're going to take a look at that in a bit. I did make some tranquil moves last night. I'm looking to possibly do some more. I'm still trying to figure out like at what point I'm going to start taking profits. I was thinking like if Bitcoin got to like 100,000 or 130,000, I might. So my first thing I'm going to take off the board, it's going to be Bitcoin, and it's probably going to be about 0.75 Bitcoin because I want to stay a whole coiner no matter what. So I'm always going to have a whole coin in my account is the plan. We'll see how that works out. Yeah, dude. You know it's so Retro's telling it some fact. You know what's so weird though? It's freaking monopoly money, man. It's like the amount of money in my bank account has gone down like drastically in the last 2 years. I got paid today, so I might have five stacks of high. No, not 5 stacks. Five. Yeah, I might have 5 racks. I might have 5 racks in my bank account right now, but I got to pay some bills. It's going to be back down to 2 racks before you know it. Dude, this is monopoly money, and this does kind of keep me up at night because until I take profits, it don't matter, dude. And I'm kind of sitting there like, I don't want to take profits because my tax bill is going to be too effing big. Yeah, and that's kind of part. I agree with you, kind of, Bren. I got to take profits, though, man. I eventually probably got it. I'm waiting. Yeah, dude. I don't know, bro. I don't know what to do. I really don't. I agree, and this is part of my conversation that I was talking about in the beginning of the stream. It's a race to whether it's not really to whether it's decentralized or centralized. Right now, that smart money is accumulating a ton of Bitcoin, and it is a game, right? And Bitcoin, that battle might be lost already. That battle might be lost. It's going to be the institutions gobbling that up, and they just keep shaking out retailers. And over time, like the money, I think, just keeps flowing into these big institutions. I can see the same thing happening with Ethereum. Maybe even Cardano, right? So it's going to be a very interesting time for me. As much as I'd like to see decentralization, let's just try and make our money. Let's try and be part of the part of the rich, right? And it's not necessarily my goal to be rich, but I do want to have financial freedom. I don't need billions. I just need maybe a few million, so I can live out my golden years and chill. I want more content on passive income staking. Dude, that's like all I do. That's almost all I do. We're getting ready to get into that right now. And how much Cardano do you own, Retro? Because that's where the opportunity is going to be. What is HBU? How about you? Look. Oh, hell. How much Cardano do you have, Retro? Because there's a lot. And how much Polkadot do you have? There's a lot of opportunity going to be coming up in those two. We're making a killing over in Harmony ONE right now. So let's get to Harmony ONE. Let's see what we got going on over here. So as in the title, I made over $1,000 yesterday in DeFi Kingdoms. I did that. Do I save DeFi Kingdoms for the last bit? Do we want to talk about Euphoria? Let's talk about Euphoria. So, especially with Ren here, I bet Ren understands Euphoria the most. I was going through the article again. I'm going to continue to read this over and over. But I understand the 3.3 now. It's like this 3.3 is this motto of the OWN protocol. And this link right here, it's the docs from Euphoria, right? If you're on Euphoria, you can just go, what is this cat? Oh, Venom. So is this the same bro that did Venom? It has to be, right? And I'd heard that like that dude stopped working on Venom because he was working on something else. And I think, so this must be it, Euphoria. I think it's the same guy that did Venom. He even talks in the article about he was very super secretive about it because he wanted it to be a very fair launch. And it was kind of like this stealth launch. Like I was all about that reverse, and then like kind of behind the scenes I was hearing about this Euphoria just coming out of nowhere. So they kind of came out at the same time. Every ohm fork dumped on any chain. So do you think the same thing's going to happen here? Because I really like what I've read and seen so far when it comes to like how he's integrating it with Viper Swap. And Viper Swap is pretty impressive too. Like, you know, they're going to have a lot of rewards coming up. So I was looking at Viper Swap and I was blown away. Let me get the Viper Swap. I don't have it bookmarked. So congratulations to anyone that stuck around and continued to farm in Viper Swap and built them a nice little Viper bag, because I was blown away. This thing was hovering around 30, you know, it was like $3 or $4 in the beginning, and it tanked all the way down, and it was holding around like 20, 30. Dude, this thing's at $1 again. So if you stayed in Viper Swap for the long haul, you're doing pretty freaking good, and you probably got yourself a sick ass locked balance bag. Oh, we all got retirement plans around here. We'll help you get there, Trezor. So anyone that farmed in Viper for a while, you probably made out pretty good. These locked coins start unlocking next month, so I'm pretty curious to see how this the price of Viper holds up. The timing on the Euphoria, they do have some stuff going on where you can earn some very good incentives by holding 1,000 X Viper in your wallet. Now, I'm not going to go out on my way to get 1,000 X Viper, but mine should start unlocking December 22nd, right? So I do have 4,000 Viper. That will come out to around 1,000 X Viper because it's like 1.3 to 1 or whatever. But I don't know how long all that's going to take to unlock. So I'm really curious to see how these two ecosystems work together when it comes to the success of Euphoria. As I was reading through these documents, like I said, it's kind of incomplete. It doesn't completely cover it all. But what I found interesting, it's an algorithmic, and I think the big thing behind this is how like bots can come in and wreck these DeFi protocols. And they go in and talk about how, you know, this kind of fights that, and it gives people like us a chance. So we'll see. All right, I have 1,000-ish bucks in this. I somewhat want to YOLO more into it, but I haven't. I just want to understand it and learn it a bit more. All right, are we all gonna make it, and we all gonna make it, or is it gonna crash because everything else crashed on all the other forks? Alma is still doing pretty good on Ethereum, isn't it? So they do have a really good video explaining this 3 to 3. I don't know whether it's going to play out or not, to be honest. It makes you feel like we are all going to make it, because basically, so you have this this table right here. This is one person and this is the other person. If both people stake, that's really good. That means we are both going to make it. If one person stakes, one person's bond, that's still really good. And if both people bond, that's still really good. And then if one person stakes and one person doesn't stake, like, what does that even mean? Oh, if one person stakes and one person sells, that's neutral, right? And out of the 9 possible scenarios, only one of them's bad. So that's part of the game theory on it. There is a video here that goes through it. so you kind of feel like you got an 8 out of 9 chance of making it. But I got to tell you what, man, that 1 out of 9, that's a lot. That's a lot of pressure because people like making them gains, especially big money, man. They'll come in and they could, they could dump it, right? I guess, but this is supposed to have like built-in mechanisms to help prevent that. So I have no idea how this is going to play out. A lot of it's still over my head. I am excited to see how it plays out. It's supposed to be like the next generation of DeFi. And this article kind of covers it. I really don't understand the bonding that well, and I'm curious to see how that plays out. I understand it a little bit. They talk about how right now they have a UST and a DAI bond pool, I believe. I don't remember what. Oh yeah, here we go. And then they're going. So we all gonna make it UST, and we all gonna make it in DAI. So it's my understanding, based on what they say, that the price when we all gonna make it needs to go to $1. Does that make sense? I mean, because according to this, it's going to keep printing we all going to make it until this price is $1, and then it's all backed by DAI, and then they're going to take that money and put it into DeFi, right? Add it to their own liquidity pools and things like that, and kind of works itself all the way back around. And I can only guess that these interest rates, you're earning by staking, you're earning more we all gonna make it. So the amount of we all gonna make it you have goes up as the price goes down, and then there's this index modifier, right? I don't know if I got all this right or not. I'm still trying to figure it out in my head. And then this index modifier dashboard. So I guess I don't know if that's gonna go up or is that supposed to stay 1. Right? I don't know, right? So I have a small amount over here, and it'll be a nice little learning experience. I will say that Harmony ONE is one of the best places to learn DeFi. Talked it about quite a bit. If you've yet to do DeFi, I would recommend Sushi Swap until you start being a little bit more degenerate like most of us over here. So a lot of good gains made on Sushi Swap. Reverse protocol is another one. How's the price on reverse doing? I haven't even looked at that in a while. I'm not sure if I have. All right, do I need? All right, Fox Vault. Let's see if I can quickly find this reverse. My apologies for not having this set up better. I must have closed the tab. It was around like $8 or $10 still. There are some pools now. There are some pools now you can put your reverse in. I have done that a little bit. We'll take a quick look at those and then we'll move on to DeFi Kingdoms. Kronos. Why did you retract that, Ricky? Are you the same dude? No, was it Kronos yesterday? There was a guy, a Portuguese lad. I think he was talking about Kronos, wasn't he? So reverse is $10. I don't know how this is an own fork though, right? You don't really, what do you do with it? How is taking your reverse? So they have some pools on Artemis. Let's pull up Artemis. How is this a reverse? Where's the 3-3 on reverse? I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm up 20x. I wish I'd have got more. But I mean, I guess the 3-3 comes in on Artemis. Is this there's no bond? There's no bond, but there's stake, and it only lasts for another 3 days, approximately 3 days. So I took all my Artemis, or all my reverse. I don't remember when I did this. Probably a few hours ago when I woke up around 4 in the morning. I put it all in this pool, so I'm going to earn a little bit more reverse and figure out what's going to happen with this coin. I don't know. They do have, I still don't fully understand, excuse me, the vaults over here. I think they have a reverse vault over here for Artemis. I'm sorry, reverse. Or it was a pool. Maybe it's a pool. No, farm. Yeah, so I know they have one. It must have been the vault. Did they already take it down? I'm pretty sure they even announced that. Let's see. Fox reverse, farmers only. Will that take me? No. Fox, so it has to be a farm. No, it can be the vault Fox. I don't see it. Did they take it down? I shouldn't. Oh, maybe I need to refresh. Tranquility. We're going to take a look at some Tranquility too. There we go. So they do have a Artemis reverse paying 30,000%. There's about 346,000 liquidity in there. So my plan right now, I will probably go into this pool. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I'm gonna, because I don't have a lot of Artemis, so I am farming Artemis over here, and I'm earning reverse. I'll probably eventually start overflowing it into this. We'll see how this works out. The one thing I don't understand about these Fox, and I haven't completely figured this out yet, and I don't know if this is the best method, and I don't know what else is gonna come of it, but I'm pretty sure this is all the same team. Farmers only, Artemis, and reverse. It's all the same guy, right? It's all the same. Oh, hey, Brandon, have a good one, brother. It's like Ohm because it has its own treasury. Thanks, Nigel. All right, so I don't fully understand like profit calculations. So I'm in 3 of these vaults, and it's not a lot of money, but I have a little bit of money over here, because I'm in Tranquil and I'm in Artemis, I'm in Fuzz. So I just kind of want to see how these play out. But are these auto compounding, or do you have to unstake to get your profits? Like, how does this work? Like, we had a lot of fun on stream yesterday as I unwillingly YOLO'd all my Harmony ONE in there by using the Zap. Now that we understand that, I won't make that mistake again. But this is how much money off $750 roughly that I put in there yesterday. I've made I don't know, like $7. Not a great return. But I don't have much in there. But again, how do I get my profits? Do I have to unstake it, or does this auto compound? I don't understand. So if anyone knows the answer to that, I guess I can quickly. Is it in the documents? Leverage. There we go. Leverage vaults. Oh, CRO has Kronos blockchain and DeFi farm last night and others. So Kronos is that related to crypto.com? Man, I don't know anything about Kronos. Next to nothing. Taxes and every single is considered. This is a nightmare for yield farmers. Yeah. That makes me a little nervous. All right, deposit, withdrawal, reward. How do you earn your money, dude? How? Like, this is great. Oh, however, with vaults, you only have to account for the. All right, so you don't get it until you withdraw, I guess. All right, so I guess that just builds up, and it's not. I wish it was kind of auto compounding, I guess, but I'll probably let these go till the end of the year. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Tranquility. Yeah, Tranquil. What did I do? I borrowed more USDC. So I borrowed $3,000 in USDC against my one collateral. I'm not going to lie. I'm tempted. I was tempted to take that money and buy more Harmony ONE, because Harmony ONE is such a good price. But right now I'm holding off because I'm like a little bit of patience. Let's have a little bit of patience. Let's see what really happens with this market right now. Right, I can even buy it cheaper now. Harmony ONE's kind of at its this is pretty good support considering this was resistant at its previous all-time high. It looks like it did wick down and wick back up above, so we're gonna have to see how this plays out. This is a good back test again. So if this bounces back up, this could be good. But obviously, I don't know. A lot of that's going to depend on the overall markets in general, what Bitcoin and Ethereum do. But this could be a really good time for me to put that plan into action. But instead, what, because I just want to earn more tranquil. So a fairly safe way to do this is I just looped it right back in. I borrowed 3,000. I'm getting paid to do so, and then I looped it right back in. The only thing that you really got to worry about is your, getting liquidated. I'm at 54% of my liquidation, so Harmony One would have to go down to like 14 cents for me to possibly get liquidated. It is a bit more risky again because Chainlink oracles are not over here. Is that something that can happen? Yeah, most certainly. The whales, I don't know if it's like a flash crash event, if this would even be fast enough to liquidate me versus it, because the whole oracle slowing it. Who knows? I have no idea. That is like a worst case scenario. Like there's a huge flash crash. I get liquidated and then it recovers, and I don't know how much of my Harmony One would get liquidated. So say Harmony One went down half, I'd be at like 13 grand, and then they would have to cover like 7 grand borrowed, and then Harmony One would recover. So that there is risk there. There is risk. So I am cautiously watching this. Am a little bit nervous that I'm at, I would like this to be more like around 30 or 40%, but I'm gonna let this ride for a little bit as it is. All right, so let's go to the old DeFi Kingdoms. Man, I gotta tell you, dude, I'm having so much fun with this game. So yesterday I had, I don't know, like 30-40 joules in my bank. What are we doing right now? 339 joules in my bank. How did I accumulate roughly 300 joules in one day? Excellent question. I tell you what, man. I'll tell you what I did. I've been really watching, because there's a lot of aspects, and this game is really good at teaching you a lot of things too. So you can get in this fairly cheap and start playing it. We've discussed this a bit too. But there's an NFT marketplace at play here you can make money on. Obviously that's going to take a little bit of cheddar to make that happen. The yield farming over here has been very good to us, and I think it's going to pay off really well into the future, because I got a fat lock balance in Jewel. And I feel fairly confident that even like as this starts unlocking, that even a $5 Jewel, dude, if Jewel's $5 as this starts unlocking and I have 20,000 Jewels, that's not going to be... it's already all house money on DeFi Kingdoms. It's already all house money. So that's just going to be a nice fat unless I get carried away, right? Unless I get carried away. So my goal right now is to stack Jewels, because I want to buy another Gen Zero. I do want to buy another Gen Zero. If you look at if you don't know much about NFTs, go check out Genesis Kongs. Let's take a quick look. I haven't looked at these. I don't know how they're doing. They're working on getting land in the sandbox in a game, I believe. And these things are already insane. Are they not even in the top 10 anymore? Look at the sandbox, man. So this is another big brain move I have planned. I'm not FOMOing in right now, but when I have dry powder in a bear market, I will be getting me some sandbox into Central land. Don't think I'm not ready to do that. All right, where's this? Where the hell here we go. Cyber Kongs. Let's see what they're doing. So we need to look at the Genesis. The Genesis Cyber Kongs are the first 2,000. They can mate similar to how Knights can summon, right? And the floor prices on these were around 200 ETH. It might be not as good right now just because there's a bit of a bear market going on. All right. Oh, there was only 1,000 of them. All right, so there was 1,000 of these. Yeah, that's right. DeFi Kingdoms is 2,000. That's basically comparing apples to apples here, except DeFi Kingdoms has more of a game going to it, where Cyber Kong is just more OG, been around a long time. So the floor price on these was pushing 200 Ethereum at one point. These might be like, you have to have a lot of money to get into one of these. So the floor price is 82 Ethereum right now. That's still... Oh, actually, I'm thinking hundreds of thousands. So I don't think the floor price was around 100 to 150 maybe, but Ethereum was a lot less, right? Ethereum was like $3,000 at the time. So it's still it's still over 320. Oh, I mean, we could click on it and it'll show us like 350,000 maybe. 300. The cheapest CyberKong is $384,000. So if you're sitting here looking at DeFi Kingdoms, possibly, bro, possibly. Kresmer says heroes. It still requires adoption, but these Genesis, these Gen Zeros, this is why I want another one. Like, I personally believe me dropping like price right now, 30 grand, is going to be a steal into the future. It's going to be a steal into the future. But I think there could be a bear market in them. I think they could go down. I've been watching these daily. They've been holding pretty steady above like 6,500 now. These things could rocket to 100, 200,000 easily. And if this game catches on, and then in the next bull market, right? And this will be somewhat bear market resistant because people are going to want to, continue to play it and earn passive income. Again, I made $1,000 on this game yesterday. Obviously, I have a leg up because I have a Gen Zero. And you can see I have timers on all these. So what I did, I got lucky the other day and I started really paying attention to what other people were doing and what made sense. And I'll cover that a bit right now. So I rented out my priest for 90 joules. Right now, I got kind of lucky because right now the price has dipped down to about 60 joules is the floor. But, I sit here and I look at, and check out the link to the Discord because it's posted over here. Checking out the best way to, pair your summons up. I have a priest. That means wizards that are looking to summon are going to be the smart, and most people with Gen Zeros are big brain, right? They took the risk and they understood that, and there's some big whales in this game, let me tell you. Anyway, so a person with a wizard is going to need a priest to get a summoner, right? When I had my priest, I was looking for a wizard. I got super freaking lucky, and that's the way you can constantly like check the market and watch the market. Someone was desperate or something, needed 10 joules fast, and I got lucky and someone put a wizard up for 10 joules. I sniped it, summoned, and then I got a summoner, which is an advanced class. And that's part of how I got in a bit of the game theory we're going to talk about. So I rented out my summoner for 100 joules, and someone sniped it up. I'm going to do that like 9 more times, and I'm going to make, close to 1,000 joules off the summoner, close to $4,000. At current joule prices, I should make close to $4,000 by doing nothing, right? There's plenty of time. There's plenty of time in this game. There's plenty of time. I don't know if burning up all my... I've only got... All right, so I'm going to make $2,000. What is going on? I thought... Why is that 4 of 5? I don't understand. Is that just not... Because there's something about these summons. I don't know. Is it random how many summons you get? I didn't even notice that. I thought it was 10 based on the other ones I saw. But because it's an advanced class, do you only get 5? That's weird. I just noticed that. Well, so either way, I'm going to make 5. I could potentially make up like 500 joules off this card, which is around $2,000. And it cost me $400. $400 to summon it probably. And then, I don't know, it's really weird. Oh, is it because it's a common? Does that play into it? That doesn't make a lot of sense because both these Gen 1s had level 10. I will say, when I look at... So this was a Gen 2 and it had 8. I don't know, that's really weird. That's kind of throwing me off. When I look at what's for sale, I've kind of noticed a weirdness too. So I don't fully understand this. So I don't know if there's a random element to the amount of summons you get, or if that's somehow tied to something. Maybe if Rex wasn't still sleeping, he could be here to tell us. I'm kidding, Rex. I love you, brother. All right. Generation 11. How many generations is this game gonna go? All right, we're looking at Gen 1s. Oh, I don't want to sell. I want to buy. Because that'll show you what I wanted to show you. All right, let's take a... Oh, wait, what was that? So 8 of 10, or 5 of 10, 7, 3. Oh, when I was looking at this on my laptop, it wasn't always 10. Some of them would say... I don't know if there's a bug in the UI or what, because these are all showing 10 now. Oh, there. Okay, so 1 of 5. Why is this one? Is it because it's common? No, I don't understand. Is this just a bug? Oh, this isn't like the top class. That might have something to do with it. All right, let's see how many summoners there are. Maybe that's it. Maybe the advanced class only gets 5. Yeah, that's it. The advanced class only gets 5. These do. Oh, so that's the thing. I'm trying to evaluate how much I can get selling the summon versus selling the card. And I think that's why a lot of people are doing what they're doing, and it makes a lot of sense. It's the same kind of game theory why Shiba Inu and Dogecoin would pump to the moon, because it would be that people look at how cheap it is. And now it's a bit of also like people don't fully understand the game mechanics. But they'll sell a few summons, or maybe they'll pay for a few summons. Like these dudes, it depends on whether you want to go for the next class or not and you want to pay for it. But for me, what I'm doing is like I'll sell, I'll be able to make 300 jewels off summon, selling the summon, and then I can sell the card for 200 and maybe 230 or 250 on my summoner. So I'll be able to make like between 500 and 600 jewels. So that's just kind of the game theory I'm trying to figure out and watching how other people are doing it. And it makes a lot of sense, because if you were to just throw your card out there with 5 summons available, in order to sell it, in order to have a decent chance of selling it, you're going to want it near the floor. Most people mindset aren't going to be like, oh, they're not going to figure it all out. Oh, well, this one's really worth a lot more because it has all its summons. But is it really worth that much more, right? And you have to go all the way to 570 jewels to get 5 of 5 summonings. So this one, like buying this one wouldn't even make as much sense versus... So if you bought this one and then you sold all the summons and you were lucky enough to get 100 summon or 100 jewels per summon, you would make 500 of those jewels back. You'd still be in the whole 70, and you can make some of that back by questing and all that. Versus, let's say, you could buy this one, and this one looks like a decent deal just because this is more rare. This one's common, and this one, I forget this one's less common or uncommon, I think, right? Oh yeah, then dark, yeah, and this is rare. This would be rare. So you could easily, I think you could easily sell these last 2 summons. Maybe even just put it up for 115 and you might be able to make your money back, right? You might be able to make your money back. You have a summoner card basically for free and you can play the game. Or it's not going to cost you much versus, can you pull the same thing off here? Maybe, right? Maybe. Anyone that buys this card, you played yourself because you got no summons and you paid 500 jewels. Would you prefer to spend around yield farming at DFK or spend that money in buying already got pirate? You already got a pirate, or are you asking me if I already got? If I were just starting off now, I think you got to do both, bro. So I have my baby account and I put $250 into this, and I kind of knew it probably wasn't going to work out. And I did this before, there was even, I don't have a card, but I put $250 into the yield farm. And what am I at? I have 3.26. I mean, let's claim it up now. Let's see how we're doing. I think you're going to have to do both. I think you're going to have to put in, the more you can put in, the better. I would say $1,000 is probably a good starting point. Anything lower than $1,000, and that's the kind of, what Axie Infinity, the last time I looked at it, you were going to have to drop about $1,200 or $1,500 and it was probably a slower return on your money. But if you like just kind of learn the mechanics here, you can start off with just yield farming and kind of just, you know, learn the game. And so here's what I would do. It's going to take patience. You're going to want to start yield farming for sure. You're going to want to start yield farming for sure. And then because you're just going to have to get lucky. There's going to be desperations. Let me claim this up really quick. Let's see what I got in the bank. So at $250, it's going to take a while, unless the price of heroes tank, right? For me to get a hero to start playing the game. But I would definitely start yield farming first if you had to choose one or the other. Splinterlands. Why does that sound familiar? I think I looked at that. That's a mobile game. Oh, that's another thing that dawned on me. Dude, this game needs mobility. Man, you need to, like, I don't know, is anyone listening to the AMAs? I'm sure Rex would know. Do they plan on putting this on, like, iPhone and iPads and things? That will make this game blow the F up. If I heard they were working on, like, an iPad and a Google tablet, dude, I would probably put everything I own in it. I mean, I'm kidding, but I would be super bullish for sure. Because them kids, man, them young kids, dude, I played my fair share of mobile games. They love them. They love being able to play on iPads and tablets and their phones. Most kids, dude, they don't do shit. Even like 20-year-old college kids, right? Up into they don't do anything unless it's on their phone. They ain't interested in sitting in front of a computer. All right. What was that? All right. So yeah. I'm still getting there. I just want to see what I got. So now, I mean, at $250, I've probably been doing this for like a month. It's a tough grind. I now have 4 jewels in the bank. And that's not going to buy me a hero. So I would say at least like, I think $1,000 is going to be about the minimum to really not get super frustrated in this game, and it still might be a long battle. But I think if you're patient, the move is going to be, you're just going to have to watch the markets, because these prices go up, they'll go down. I would shoot for getting, oh my goodness, what is going on here? I would shoot for probably going Gen 1 to give yourself the best chance of success. But a Gen 1 is going to cost you probably around $500. Yeah, $480. So I say that, but again, you can buy this one for $480, and then you got 7 summons. The summons kind of cost you though. So you need the jewels for the summons. And then you could sell the Gen 2s. So you're able to make the money. You're going to have to do the math, because you got to go look at, man, I don't know. I don't even know how much you can really make your money back with those summons, to be quite honest. Because you have to either, even if you have, so the best way might be to buy 2 cards and make sure they're not the same lineage. And then that way you can just summon between them and then sell the Gen 2s. But then again, that's more capital. It'll be more capital efficient most likely. So if you go look and see what a Gen, so if you buy $1,000, right, and then it's probably going to cost you like, I don't know how much it costs. We can take a look at that too, because the prices kind of go up with each summon. But you can sell the Gen 2s right now. So if you spend $1,000, you can still sell the Gen 2s for a good price, right? So you might get a decent chunk of your change back, and then you'll have 2-player cards. Yeah, so Martin's got that right. What you think? Oh yeah. So yeah, so that's the thing. The more cards you got, right? How much time do I want to spend? I mean, so far it's exciting at first, but I'm not really enjoying freaking. I mean, I got, how many heroes do I got? Why? I wish these filters wouldn't continue to hold, or a way to just reset them all. Let's see. Select your hero. All. Why is this? Oh, because I have this. Yeah. All right. It needs to be a way to reset. You need a reset button, guys. Reset it to default. All right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes. So I'm only doing them about 2 times a day. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not that efficient to do it every 8 hours. So I generally pull this off about 2 times a day. But I got to select my hero and then send it off, and then click to send it, click to start the quest, click the MetaMask, wait, like there's a timer, and then you complete the quest, you click them, right? So doing that over and over is getting a bit monotonous. I'm not gonna lie. I don't currently sell the tiers. I use them for more summoning because I'm making bank. Right? I'm making bank. Yeah, no, I'd love to hear it. Yeah, dude, how could you not be bullish on Harmony? I legit believe, like, I'm big time bullish DeFi Kingdoms. Again, I talk about it every now and then. There's a few things about DeFi Kingdoms. I want to know more about where the tokenomics and where the money's going. But I'm not going to go off those rails right now. I legit believe I will become a millionaire just off DeFi Kingdoms, just by owning a Gen 0 and playing the game, right? I'm convinced. I'm not saying it's going to happen this year, even next year, but over time, this is a bit. And I haven't covered this much lately. For me, it's about building passive income. Even I was talking about my exit plan. I put a lot less effort into my exit plan. I don't want to sell. I really don't want to sell. Right? I will if I need to, right? Because I do need to get to a point where I talk about this passive income. Well, I need the passive income to actually pay for, like, if I do retire or whatever. But for me, it's about the passive income. How much passive income can I get? How many different... So this is safe passive income. This is super safe passive income that I'm earning right now. And the beautiful part of it is, while this is its current fiat value, I think Cardano is going to I mean, honestly, I think Cardano is going to go to $30 by 2024, 2025. I don't know how long it can continue to pay out, 4%, 4.5%, 5% interest. Harmony ONE, I don't know how long it can continue to pay out 10%-ish interest, but I don't want to sell these, right? Why do I want to sell an appreciating asset that's paying me ridiculous ROI, right? I don't. Eventually, I do want to get to a point. My ultimate goal would be to put enough dirty fiat in the UST on Anchor, earning me 20%, right? And that would just be another form of passive income. This doesn't include all the diversification you get with DeFi and all the passive income you get with DeFi. This right here doesn't include the ridiculous, absurd amount of passive income I'm getting on this game that is in its infancy. It's in its infancy. So anyway, the way I made about 300 joules yesterday is I rented my summoner out. I got 100 for that. I'm going to do that 4 more times. I don't know if that's the best strategy or not, but guess what? I'm going to sit here. I rented my Gen 0 out. I sit there and I watch the market and I look to get a wizard cheap. And if I can't get a wizard cheap, I just rented it out. I got lucky because I looked at the market, and at the time, I think 60 was the minimum people were sending their Gen 0s out for hire. But I went all the way up and I filtered it for priest, and the cheapest wizard was like 100 joules. 99 joules even. I'm like, screw it. I put mine up for 100, right? Because I knew if there was a desperate wizard out there that didn't give a shit, big money bag, wizard, wanted a priest to try and get a summoner, they would pay for it, right? So I put it up, actually I put it up for 90. Someone, So I got 90 joules for my priest when the floor at the time was 60. So if you know, for example, and you can do this with Gen 1s or whatever, if you know what your other pair is, and then you just make sure, like you might get lucky, and I was lucky because there weren't any priests anywhere near the floor. So, and I got lucky that someone paid for it. If I were to do that, like I can't do it now, but if I were to do it now, let's take a look. This isn't where I wanted to go because it's not going to let me. Actually, I need to see it. I wish this could all be done at one place, to be quite honest. I get it from the game standpoint. But this is a lot of clicks just to get here. I'd like to see that improve too. Anyway, the cheapest priest, Gen 0, for example. Right? And you can do this. If you have a Gen 0 or you have a Gen 1, you want to find out what your pair is, right? What your pair is. And it seems to be like a lot of pirates and stuff. So the floor was around 60. The cheapest, well, I don't want priest. I want wizard. Wait, yeah, I do want priest because this is what I have. So I have this and I want to know. So there's one person at 70. Maybe that gets bought up. I can put mine at 90 and I'm the second one up. Or if I just want the quick 70. You know, I got to play it as the market goes, but that's just a way to kind of efficiently squeeze some more jewels out of your orange. You know what I'm saying? Squeeze some more juice. So just use that to your advantage. If you're in a position where the floor, I'm not sure where the floor is at right now. So the floor is at 55, but the cheapest priest is at 70. So you might be able to put your class up for like get 10 more jewels out of it, get $40 more out of it, right? It is a bit of a game. And like I said, for me, I just started kind of understanding the buying and selling. Continue to watch the markets. It's one of those things. If you're really good at buying and selling on, say, like eBay, NFTs kind of just make a lot of sense for you. There's a lot of gamify when it comes to the buying and selling of the NFT market. If you don't know DeFi, we do plenty of that over here, you know. So thank you, Martin. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I do got to get to work here pretty soon. Let's take a quick look at what the markets. This is what I love about this, man. Have so much fun doing DeFi Kingdoms. Have so much fun in Harmony One. And again, dudes and dudettes, Cardano's coming. There's going to be so much opportunity. I have a bag. I have a bag of Cardano. I can't wait to go green eggs and ham on yield farming over there. There's going to be gaming opportunities. If you missed your chance in Harmony One, first of all, you haven't missed your chance. It's still really early to DeFi Kingdoms. It's not too late. I mean, it's not going to be as great as someone like me that got in the Gen 0, but they're going to have another Gen 0 drop. They're adding in another class, is my understanding. I don't know how many Gen 0s there's going to be. There's land coming up. I don't know what kind of opportunity that's going to be. I know me personally, I am going to try and position myself to get another Gen 0 one way or the other, whether that's buying one. Actually, let's see what they're doing right now. My goal is to get another Gen 0. And I'm just playing a game. I'm trying to be patient. It may or may not work out. These things may hit a floor of 50,000 in the next month and never come below that, right? I don't know what its ultimate. These things could drop down to, so when I say 50,000, I mean like 10, 10K, 12K joules. Right now it's around 7K. These things may go down to 2K joules. If these things started plummeting and were at like 2K joules, I would probably come out of pocket and buy one. But there does seem to be a bit of floor sweeping in here by the wells. Yeah, the cheapest one, 7,000. I've seen this dip down below as low as 5,500. I'm going to keep a close eye on this market, and my goal will be to buy another one. I'm kind of hoping there'll probably be some dips, but you never know, man. It could go the other way. This thing could skyrocket, and this thing could be a 10 or 15K jewel floor, a 20K, a 25K. These things could hit a floor of like CyberKong's where, $384,000. So this thing can easily hit a floor of 25k jewels or $100,000 in no time, right? There will, for now, there will be constant selling pressure. I have read stories of people that very early on, they sold theirs for like 10, 12, 20,000, and they didn't know that whether that was going to be the biggest regret of their life. Well, if they would have held on, they could have made more, and I don't know how long that's going to continue. Luckily for me, like I said, I was fortunate enough to get a Gen 0 based off just yield farming over here, so it didn't really cost me. I had the jewels from yield farming. I did try and buy a second one. The transaction failed, and I just didn't resubmit it. That is a big regret of mine. I kind of wish I'd done that. I'd be... I got to tell you, if I had 2 Gen 0s right now, I would be king of the world. All right, let's see what's going on in the markets. Invest in cheap heroes with some summons. Yeah, Hugo, that's not a horrible plan. It's really not. I would probably shoot for a Gen 1 if you can afford it. If you could find one, like this is probably, and this is not financial. I could be wrong, right? I'm still figuring this out. This is still early. But like, there was a good one. Let's see. Oh, there's one. See, and you just got to watch the market. Again, someone will be desperate. Someone might come in and it might be gone fast, but when we looked at this before, the floor was 120. There's only 3 summons on it, so keep that in mind. So I don't know how much of your money you can make back, because again, you do have to pay. You can rent. So that's the thing. If you were to buy, all right, that's what I wanted to look at. If you were to buy this one right here for 100, this is this common or uncommon? I think this is like the most common. This is the most common. If you were to buy this one for right here, that would cost you 120, and you would get 5 summons, or this one right here would cost you 120 and you get 7. So what you want to do is you could rent all these out to get your money back. So how much could you get for renting this out 7 times? I think a Gen 1, oh, my camera went boom. Let me fix that real quick. So you could, if you were to buy this 120 jewels, the best way to make your money back, or most of your money back, would just be rent all 7 of those out. And you could farm Gaia tiers and sell Gaia tiers, and you'll eventually make your money back and get your, start learning the game, right? Put a little into the yield farm. There's opportunity. So if you had a Gen 1, real quick, what is the going rate to rent out a Gen 1? So you buy a Gen 1 for 120 jewels. You could, and you can also do the whole pair thing and figure out what seems to be more scarce. But most likely you're going to be able to make like 60 to 70 of your jewels back just by selling those 7 summons. If you got 10 per, the house is going to take a little bit. They take like 3%. Don't forget about that. But your total cost is going to be like 5 jewels. I'm sorry, like 770, and you paid more, so you'd be out of pocket like 50 jewels. The move would also possibly be, farm jewels and go for a summon yourselves. Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll get, like, if you pair it up with the right class, you might get the card that helps you, catapult it. So there is going to be a give and take of risk and reward, right? I could risk it for the biscuit. It's going to cost me a lot to pair up my summoner to get the next class. And I'm not really willing to do that right now. I would have to pay for a ninja to go for a sage. And it's probably pretty low chance of even getting that. I don't remember. Oh, here's a good chart on the summoning cost per hero. I thought this, yeah. So this is a really good, Rex must know. Whoever subspecies is, thank you for posting that. So each time you summon, the amount of jewels it costs you goes up. And there's a rent cost, and then I don't know if you have to pay whatever summon they're on for the other class too, right? So this can add up so 13 plus on a Gen 0 is going to cost me 30 jewels. And I'm just going to assume it's pretty much going to always cost me 60 joules, because I'm going to have to pay the 30 joules for their summon cost. Then I'm going to have to pay that hiring fee. So unless Joule goes down in price, man, these Gen 1s are probably going to go up in cost here pretty soon. But like I said, I can risk it for the biscuit and rent a ninja and go for a sage. But right now, I'm more goal oriented and trying to get another Gen 0. So me risking paying for, because it takes a lot of joules for me to get a ninja. I'm gonna probably, I mean, let's take a quick look. It's probably gonna be ridiculous. I'm gonna need a lot of joules. Now, if I were a big time whale, that I would probably be playing that game because I wouldn't give a shit. But is this the rent? So if I wanted a ninja, I'm scared to look. Select, oh no, this isn't it. I'm scared to look. Hire a hero. So if I wanted to pair a ninja up with my summoner to go for the sage, now if I were to get a sage, I mean, I could probably sell that card for a lot and do the same thing or rent it out for a shit ton. But it's going to cost me 99 joules to hire, and then for that one, it's 99 joules to hire. They've got one summon left. So now I'm going to have to come down and look at, that's a Gen 1. Oh, I don't know how it works because they only get 5. But I'm going to have to pay my joule cost, their joule cost, the higher cost. So it's probably going to cost me, I don't know, 150 joules at a chance to get a sage, at a low chance to get a sage. I could easily burn up like 1,000 joules trying to get a sage and never get one, and just now I got no money. You know what I mean? So instead, right now I'm just gonna sell my summons. I don't care. I still got my Gen 0, and I'll continue to play that game. Right? I'll eventually get another summoner. Right now I'm selling my Gen 0. I'm not selling. I'm renting out my Gen 0, making some money on it. And let's see, making some money on it, and then I check the market. So once all right, I need to do this again. We need a reset. I check the market. So flip. I wish it would tell me how much this screen should show me how much longer I'd have to wait, but I have to wait like another day before I can rent or summon again. So when that time comes, I'm gonna go check the market and see if I can get lucky with a cheap wizard. If I can find a cheap wizard renting, I'm gonna go for another summoner. If I can't find a cheap wizard, I'm gonna just rent my hero out and I'm gonna just continue to stack jewels. So I'm gonna continue to play that game. One of my summons, I got this legendary card. So I'm a patient person and we got plenty of time. There'll be more summoners, there'll be more legendaries, and then you can do the same thing here. I'm doing the same thing. This right here, I've sold this, I've rented this one out twice. This one cost me, I don't know, 50 or 60 joules. I didn't get a summoner, but I found a wizard. I found a cheap wizard. I summoned this card, and I didn't even mention this earlier. I've already rented this out twice, 25 joules a pop. So I've already almost made my money back on that summon, and I'll continue to sell these out. So I'm going to continue to play that game. If you're new to the game and you can afford to buy a Gen 0, you know, it might not be a bad investment, but you could start with Gen 1 and you're just playing the game a level behind me. And then on top of that, I got cards to go out and run quests, right? And more is coming, a lot more is coming to this game. But right now, I got like 5 of these bad boys. I just go here, I select my hero. I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to wait for the stamina to fully charge up. Bro, you know I'm famous for saying let's wrap this up, and then someone says something, and 2 hours later, I'm still waxing on. All right, so on top of all that money I'm making just playing the summon and rent game, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes. You know why Rex isn't here? Because he's up all night playing this effing game. He's got like 50 heroes that he's got to manage. He's going to have to hire someone to play the game for him. But I select the hero, I send it off on a quest, and I earn Gaia tiers, right? And I need those Gaia tiers, so I'm not selling them, but if you wanted to, you could sell them. What's the price of Gaia tiers in Denmark? Let's take a quick look. And then I am going to wrap this up. I do have to go to work in like 7 minutes, so that's always the, you know what's going to happen. I'm curious to see how these are doing. I think they were around $1, right? $1.50, yeah. Oh, $1.76. I'm pretty impressed with this market, to be quite honest. Like, these Gaia tiers are holding up. I'm curious. These are eventually going to go down. I could see these going down to maybe like 20 or 30 cents. I could be wrong. Dude, it's so early to the game. It's too hard to tell. It is too hard to tell what the economy of this game is going to do. They're adding other tokens I don't know much about. Again, I can't freaking wait. And the time's coming where I'll probably start live streaming, like double broadcast to Twitch and YouTube, and we'll just hang out and play the game. Hang out. So if you're not in it, you want to do that. And again, I am looking to figure out ways to do some contests and start doing some giveaways, right? And get you guys involved and be more a part of it. I'm not quite sure how I want to do that. I mean, I'm going to get to a point for, at minimum, I'm going to have these heroes with no summons left. And it's not like I'm going to want to be there clicking away on 30, 40 freaking cards. So, I'll do a little bit of selling to recoup costs and get to that second gen 0. And then we'll start doing some giveaways. I don't know if these cards are going to have any summons left on the giveaways. I don't want to be a total dick, right? Maybe at least keep one summon on there. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. Anyway, actually, real quick, let's see what's going on with the price of Bitcoin in Denmark. Yeah, I'm trying to build that up, man. I do think the price of Jewel is going to, again, it is early enough that you could build I'm not saying go all in. This is not financial advice. This, right now, less than 1% of my portfolio is in DeFi Kingdoms, but I think that it could easily turn into $1 million position plus. All right, I sent a little moon boy there, but I have faith in this game, man. It's got a lot of great mechanics going for it, man. The team is pretty smart. They're doing good things. As much as I get bummed out that there's not like questing and stuff here, it's better to be safe and sorry and slow and get it done right. And I don't know if the economy, the tokenomics, come into play. I'm sure it does, but they seem like they know what they're doing. Even though, you know what? I think I heard one of the guys talking, and he sounded like a kid, like he might be. Wouldn't that be crazy if, I think I mentioned this before, if these fools were like just high schoolers that took some Python and learned Solidity, and some smart kids in high school? Because I saw a picture of them like at a dinner meeting or whatever with their faces hidden. Or what if it was just their kids showing their parents at dinner? But they did sound like, the dude sounded young, like it was at least in his 20s or whatever. Having a look at Pepper Attack could be great too. Where's that at? What is Pepper Attack on? What's Bitcoin doing? Harmony ONE? Ooh, man, I gotta tell you. I'm gonna be possibly buying some Harmony ONE. Cardano. Everything's getting juicy. I think that Bitcoin ETF, the word on the street is, if the SEC says nothing, Bob's your uncle. That shit's improved. I think there's my heart is either going to be ripped out of my chest like sometime today or Monday, or it's going to be glory days. And I think the big money knows. They're pushing it down as much as they can to accumulate as much as they can before that ripcord's pulled. And that game won't stop. That's what I was talking about earlier. It is a race against true decentralization and centralization, and the smart money is figuring it out. All right, Cardano 201. Ethereum 40. Ethereum's still really freaking strong. Ethereum, it feels like in the days, right? And even Bitcoin, it feels like in the days, but 63,000. The thing that sucks for me and some of the people that have been in this since January is like, it feels like it's either 63,000 or way less this entire year. So I don't know, we're ready for this. A lot of us a lot of us, like me, we were told Bitcoin would be 300,000 to 600,000 by the end of the year. So we're a little bummed out, right? We were promised some pretty big dreams here, and now we're just kind of hoping for 100,000. At the beginning of the year, I was marching around my house being like, I want to be rich. You know what I'm saying? 600,000, no problem. All right, well, quick. I am going to wrap this up. Let's take a quick look at Pepper Attack. What is Pepper Attack? Welcome to Pepper Attack. Oh, Polygon. How did you, why did no one tell me? Oh, this looks pretty dope. This looks pretty dope. The Polygon sale is coming soon. Oh, some serious alpha here, guys. I haven't been very bullish Polygon, but I'm getting super bullish Polygon as of late. I didn't know Decentraland was putting its hooks on Polygon, so now I'm very bullish on that. And this looks pretty, this looks pretty dope. That doesn't mean anything. So let's see what we got here. White paper, gameplay. How am I supposed to stop the stream when you bring some dope ass shit like this to the... Alright, a little cartoony, but people like that. Tokenomics. Yeah, I might have to start figuring out how to get Polygon. You know what, dude? You know the most exciting thing that just... You might not have been around, but it used to be just another Matic Monday. We would just have just another... And if you don't get just another Matic Monday from the Bengals... It's fine, Martin. It's fine. Dude, what? So how do you get involved in this? Let's see. Mystic Pepper. How do you buy this? I'm interested. I'm going to have to figure out. I'm going to have to put a little money. I might take a little money off Anchor or send a little of that USDC off Tranquil Finance over here. Oh, we might have some new content. It might be a battle against... This, how do you get this? Token, Mystic, Pepper, Community, Invest. You can mint, where, bro? Where? Oh my goodness, dude. Is it on a yield farm somewhere? Is this shit on a yield farm? Someone's going to be late to work. That's right. I did a little work yesterday. I got a little buffer time. God dang it. Is there a yield farm to earn this? You can mint. Where can you mint them? Just another Matic Monday. There's so many freaking farms over here. This is ridiculous. Mint might. Oh, you can mint peppers. Where did that go? Son of a gun. All right, mining. There's 900 million. Players can use all the Mystic Peppers for mining. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna have to look this over the weekend. Might utility. We might have a new addiction over here, guys. We might have a new addiction. Might utility. Might is the currency of Pepper attacks. Is this what kind of? All right. I'm somewhat excited, but I feel like this is gonna let me down a little bit. Is this just gonna be like a card game? I'm not interested in a card game. I get DeFi Kingdoms is a bit of a card game. Anyway, I might check this out over the weekend. All right, love you all. I'll be back. Oh, my freaking camera went out again. All right, I may do some live streaming this weekend, just hanging out, messing with I don't know, these themes and shit, and play a little DeFi Kingdoms. If not, I'll be back Monday, 6:25 a.m. PST. No right Friday. Don't make any changes. It'll F up your weekend. Have a great weekend, and peace.